Welcome back, everybody, to the Pokemon TPP version playthrough. This is part 11, and we're starting off right away by getting into another battle. Apparently, this last wants me. Apparently, I don't really know what to make of that. All right, so yeah, unfortunately, we got Shelly out, instant fall asleep, the Velocitus switch out, instant fall asleep, and then instant wake up, which is very good. You know, because Velocitus. Oh wow, look at this mirror match. Velocitus, you know, is a get up and go kind of guy, so... Was that 5 hits on that Fury attack? Oh god, I think it was. And then just do, like, Drill Peck in response, and then just do, like, 1,000,000 more damage than all 5 of those Fury attacks did. Alright, so things are going very quickly here, as you can tell. Yes, going very, very quickly. Oh, we got a mirror match, sort of. We got Acid Reflex versus Acid Reflex, and this Victory Bell is using Razor Leaf, which we don't have yet. So we're just gonna put it to sleep, cut... and then cut some more, because, you know, I don't think that Victory Bell has cut either. Or, you know, has cut in just period. Alright. So, oh! Well, that's convenient. Isn't it? That's so cool, though, because we just fought that Victory Bell that had Razor Leaf, and now Acid Reflex levels up and learns Razor Leaf. It's like, it saw the other Victory Bell do that, or it saw the Victory Bell do that, and then it learned from it. So, I don't know, that's just... I like to see it that way. I thought it was pretty cool. Alright, so we've got a miniature time skip here, you know, as we go back to the Pokemon Center and heal up. You know, get Shelly all not asleep and stuff. And also, so this was actually done in a completely new session, as, you know, from the last one. You know, when I did that time skip, that was basically the end of that session, and now we're in the beginning of a new session. I completely forgot that I got the bicycle, and I don't use it at all anymore in the rest of this video, which is very disappointing, because I should really be using the bicycle like 24/7, just because of how fast it makes everything go. Also, oh my god, I'm pretty sure this is the first Machamp of the playthrough, so I didn't like speed this up. So, you know, because Machamp is, well, you know, wrestling. It's wrestling. You know, now we get to fight like the old guard. Oh god, he barely hung on there. That was clutch. Clutch! Machamp's getting pumped, but I don't think it's going to matter, because Velocitus is a lot faster than the Machamp 3 levels higher. Go figure. Also, yeah, so now we're speeding up, because I'm pretty sure we fought a Dugtrio before. I wasn't 100% sure, but I don't know. I didn't feel like it mattered that much, because, you know, it's just Dugtrio. But anyway. Alright, that's it for that hiker. Keep it coming, eh? What? Is this guy, like, Canadian? What's happening? I don't understand that. Alright, so moving on through some more of, what is this, Route 9? I think the sign will, yeah, Route 9, okay. Cerulean City to the Rock Tunnel, great. Who's walking with those good-looking Pokemon? What? Alright, that's kinda creepy. I'm not really liking any of these, like, intro quotes so far, or these opening quotes from these battles. Also, got a Weezing here. I'm pretty sure this is the first Weezing of the playthrough, too, so I didn't speed this up. And, yeah, we're gonna do Fury Attack for whatever reason. I don't know why I did Fury Attack there, I'm gonna be honest. I really just should have used Drill Peck. Oh, there we go, now I'm using Drill Peck. Yeah, that was kind of silly, you know, Fury Attack is... and, you know, it's a friggin... inconsistent! I almost had to, like, stop and think of the word. Inconsistent amount of damage, because, you know, it does the random 2 to 5 hits thing. So, you know, Drill Peck seemed like the better choice there. And then, of course, right as I'm about to faint this Weezing, it poisons. Yay! Great. So Velocitus is now unfortunately poisoned. I don't think I'm going to keep Velocitus out, because Velocitus is probably just going to faint from the poisoning. So we're going to get Moop out here. We're gonna go with our standard Paralyze Wrap combo. Now, I'm not 100% sure that we haven't battled a Muck before in this playthrough. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but I decided to just super speed this anyway because, you know, we're doing the Paralyze Wrap combo, which takes 1,000,000 turns. Also, yeah, Moop resting, getting back that health. And then, yeah, and then finishing him off with those fancy wraps. Wrapping him up like a present. And the present that we get is EXP. Out like a light. Alright. Oh, alright. See that? I completely forgot until that blinked on the screen, and then I remembered, oh yeah, Velocitus is poisoned. I better do something about that. Alright, so we're doing something about that, healing up Velocitus and giving Velocitus a little super potion action because I wanted to keep Velocitus in the prime position. Oh, another one too, just to be on the safe side. Alright. So yeah, just to make sure that Velocitus stays in the first, or the frontmost, the prime position, whatever I just said. Oh god. This guy raised his Pokemon from cocoons. I think I know where this is going. Yeah! We got Butterfree, a very high-leveled one. Yeah, all of these Pokemon... Oh, a new move for Velocitus. So we're gonna switch out Peck for Rage, keeping Growl for whatever reason. I felt like Peck was pointless, because I have Drill Peck, which does like 1,000,000 more damage, so... What? What a total waste of time. Oh my god, 420. That guy's so salty. What's his problem? But anyway, so... Yeah, so the Pokemon, or the trainers' Pokemon on this level, or and this route, are way higher than ever before. But I decided not to grind, because, you know, I felt like they could, my Pokemon could handle it, and, you know, they just make up for it by getting a whole bunch of EXP from the higher level Pokemon. Also, yeah, like, there was like a weird little time skip there as I was walking away from that bug catcher, and then I stopped and got an ether from that tree, because I went to, you know, go heal, obviously. And as I was walking back, because I took that exact same path, I walked by that little tree, and I was like, I'm not actually sure if there's an item there, but I didn't stop to check. Only when I came back to the route after healing, then I went and checked. And then, yeah, there you go, there was an ether in there. Alright, anyway, so we got Mouser in the prime position now, but unfortunately, he got poisoned. Very upset about that. And then, of course, we just faint Venomoth, which, of course, evolves from Metapod, right? Heh. Alright, so another level up for Velocitus. And then, once again, that thing happened where, again, I forgot that my Pokemon was poisoned until the screen blinked. And now he's not poisoned. So good job. You know, Mouser... I figured, you know, Mouser deserved his time to shine once again. You know, because Mouser is, of course, the Clutch Master with his fancy pants shades. And now we're going to go ahead and do this battle, super speeding it up because, oh, well, Raticate. I think we've faced about 1,000,000 Raticates so far. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty safe bet to super speed this battle, at least. Dealing with that. Oh, Primeape. I'm pretty sure that's new. So yeah, not speeding this up. Primeape's pretty cool. Although in this generation, he looks super derpy. He just looks like a fur ball with arms and, like, feet coming out of it. I don't know. He just looks so silly. Alright. There was something that... I swear there was something that happens in this battle. But I guess it's not the battle that I'm thinking of. So we're going to deal with another Arbok. Now, the last time Mouser dealt with an Arbok, he got Poison Sting and then Poison. The Poison Stung, I guess, and then Poisoned. Now we got this Sand Slash action. Of course, this guy, with his ridiculous crits, once again gets a crit off with just Swift. Yeah, I was informed, I believe it was from Auke, that the speed is the reason why crits happen so often. And, you know, where was that? I was just looking at that. Gosh darn it. Or maybe it was in part 8. Yeah, I think I said it in part 8. Because, you know, I was looking for, you know, the slogans. Because, you know, I've been reading those. And, yeah. So, you know, I just, you know, scanned over that comment. And then saw that. And then, oh, yeah, I remember that comment. Also, yeah, this Tiger's a little creepy. Aren't you a little toughy? Ooh, Marowak. Pretty sure that's the first one in this playthrough. So, yeah, so as far as those slogans go, for some reason I forgot the word, let me... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is the battle. This is the battle where something very interesting happens. Right, you'll see after we faint this Marowak, because surprisingly that does happen. We get Velocitus, a little bit of EXP, and then here comes this Kangaskhan. So, of course, first Kangaskhan in the playthrough. I was thinking about it for a minute. I was like, do I want to switch out? Then I decided not to. Then I decided I'll use Rage, which is, you know, Velocitus' new attack. And then Kangaskhan decides I'll use Rage too. So now it's literally a Rage battle. So when you use Rage, you actually can't use any other attacks. So we're literally just spamming Rage at each other. And then just making each other's attack go up with each subsequent hit. This was so perfect. Like, I loved just watching this, just sitting back and watching this, letting the game battle for me. and just having this rage fight. You know, it's kind of like an internet fight, you know? Just like one guy rages at another, and then the other guy rages back, and then their attacks increase, and then they rage back and forth constantly in an endless loop. And then, of course, but at some point, somebody has to give up, and in this case, it was Kangaskhan. Now, unfortunately, I was pretty screwed there with the rage thing. Yeah, I decided not to switch out because I thought maybe Velocitus would be able to just, you know, feint this Amistar, despite being half rock type, and, you know, with all that built-up rage. But no, unfortunately, Amistar's defenses were just too great. Lord Helix wins again. Oh yeah, you know, speaking of which, so, since I've started doing this playthrough, Twitch Plays Pokemon, the Twitch channel, has actually started doing a new playthrough for the 2-year anniversary of Twitch Plays Pokemon. And, of course, the same guy that made, or, you know, did work on this ROM hack, did work on the one that they're doing now, which is Crystal 251. And, yeah, you know, it's Revo. So, you know, Revo worked on this one, and he also comes to my IRC as well, quite a bit. So, you know, shout-outs to Revo. You know, Revo's a pretty cool guy. And the fact that, you know, he just comes and hangs out, you know, and tells me about, you know, the ROM hacks and stuff, and then, you know, we can talk about Twitch Plays Pokemon, and, you know, it's pretty cool. But, yeah, so, you know, they started this new Crystal 251. It's going pretty well, you know, it's been pretty fun, you know, there's been just all sorts of crazy stuff happening. Trolling, and, you know, just, you know, awesome catches, and, you know, really disappointing battles, and, you know, it's just been really cool. And also, as far as Pokemon itself goes, we've gotten the new Gen 7 confirmed with Pokemon Sun and Moon. Of course, that was leaked a day before the Pokemon Direct was supposed to happen. And, yeah, you know, I'm pretty excited about that. You know, new generation of Pokemon is happening this year. Woo! Alright. So now we're going to battle this hiker who has a Golem. I'm pretty sure this is the first one of the playthrough. Golem is what I'm talking about. And so I decided, you know what, let's switch out to Acid Reflux. Now, that was kind of a bad idea because I switched into Earthquake for Acid Reflux. Now, that's going to be super effective, but Acid Reflux does hang on. Now, I was really torn. I was like, wait a minute. Now, do I stay or do I battle? Do I switch to Shelly, or maybe I'll just stick with Acid Reflux? Then I decided, you know what, I'll just go for it. What do you know, Acid Reflux is way faster than Golem. And then the Razor Leaf plus crit, I believe? Yep. Plus the 4 times damage. That was more than enough to deal with that Golem. There you go. Alright, so we got an Aerodactyl. Now, we already saw one of those before. Also, in terms of the slogans, like I was saying before, so we actually have one here from Alke, who actually came up with a poem. Now, I think the last time he came up with a poem, it was pretty long, and I decided not to do it because it was going to take forever, but I'll do this one. He says, a new poem for my friend Acid Reflux. Aw. My boy Acid Reflux used Razor Leaf. His opponents look on in disbelief. Their Pokemon faint oh so fast, and you'd better know that they're not the last. Oh, come on, dude, get a grip, or be beaten down by his Vine Whip. It's time for you to be put down. Acid Reflux, he has the crown. I like that, too, because, you know, he mentioned Razor Leaf, which, at the time, Acid Reflux did not have, until now, obviously. And then, of course, you know, Acid Reflux just totally took out that Golem in one shot with Razor Leaf, so there you go. His opponents are looking on in disbelief. That was a pretty good one. So a quick heal up at this very conveniently placed Pokemon Center, just before we battle this Lass. I've been to a Pokemon gym a few times, but I've lost each time. Well, that's what you get for being a bad Pokemon trainer. Jeez. Anyway, you know, I was tempted to switch to Mouser because, you know, Raichu, but, you know, we already did the Raichu Pikachu thing, so I figured, let's do something a little different and just have Moop out. Now, unfortunately, he paralyzed 2 of my Pokemon. Just they're all getting paralyzed here. Oh, also Chansey. I didn't speed this up because I wasn't 100% sure I saw Chansey before. I think I did, but I wasn't, like, 100%, so I just kept it in. That unfortunate looking egg sack, or whatever it's called. Egg pouch. Ugh. Just doesn't look right, man. Look at all those paralysis. You know what that reminds me? Does anybody remember this song Finger 11 Paralyzer? Like, AKA the song that was like used in every single YouTube video in like 2007 to like 2009. You know, the one that's like, I'm not paralyzed, but I seem to be struck by you. AKA the YouTube national anthem, pretty much. That's what somebody called it. I can't claim that, but I thought it was so funny. I saw a comment on the video that was like, or one of the videos, and people uploaded of the song. It was like, all rise for the YouTube national anthem. Alright, here we go. This is legitimately my least favorite part of this entire game, is the rock tunnel. I hate this place so much. It's, you know, it's dark, so you have to use flash. But, of course, like I mentioned before, I'm not going to be doing that, because I hate the fact that flash is a HM, oh my god, an HM, so I can't actually get rid of it in this generation. So I'm just gonna go do it blind, quote unquote. I'm using a map here, you know, to make things a little easier. And then, you know, just kinda, you know, feel my way through, you know, in the dark. And also the fact that, you know, it's a cave, so like every 3 steps we're gonna have this happen. A wild Pokemon battle, and of course I didn't get to mention Magmar here. I believe this is the first one of the playthrough, so I didn't speed this up. And then Moop just, you know, wraps it to death, and then here you go. Boom, done. And then we get a blind trainer encounter. Pokemon fight, ready, go! Alright, first trainer battle inside the rock tunnel. Oh no, it's a nerd! Ugh. Darn nerds, who do they think they are? So this guy's got Marowak. Let's see, what are we doing here on slogans? Flash Silver 88 actually said, I'm on Team Slick's Jolteon. Slogan, too slick to catch. What an edgelord, right? Being on the rivals team. Anyway, first oh my. First slow bro of the playthrough. There was too many L's in that sentence, okay? You know, he may be slow, but he's still a bro. So, you know, slow bro's pretty cool. But Mouser, you know, with that Thunderbolt, man, he's just outputting a lot of electric damage now, so that's really nice. I can't wait to get that guy evolved. Zubat. Wild Zubat appeared, and then Wild Zubat disappeared. There you go. Quick skip. Let's see. So, yeah. Oh, so, you know, another thing to mention, the fact that I chained, finally, the previous part, I actually taught, you know, Acid Reflux Cut, surprisingly. I forgot to update it from Poison Powder, but it's updated now. And also, what do you know? You know, now, once Acid Reflux learned Razor Leaf and Velocitus learned Rage, I updated them instantly! Hooray, I'm actually remembering this time. Also, here comes another nerd. This guy does art. Great, he's a fan artist of Pokemon. Ugh! Gross! Anyway. Paralyzed Wrap comboing this Farfetch'd to death. As we look at, let's see. This comment by Vooper, aka Wooper, aka Schmutz from the IRC, who said, oh, it's not really a slogan, but says, I guess I'm on Team Frickin' Shelly, because looks like that's the closest we'll get to a Wooper here. Oh man, Schmutz is not very happy about no Wooper in this playthrough. Let's see. Oh, here's that poem that was exceptionally long, and I even commented, or replied to this person and said, yeah, that's way too long. Matthew Griffin actually says, Team Shelly, since he is very large, he can jump on and squish any other Pokemon. It's like a pokey pancake. I like that. I don't know if that was a slogan as much as that was Matthew's reasoning for being on Team Shelly, but I thought that was pretty funny. And also, yeah, oh, that was super unfortunate. I ran out of wraps for Moop, like one hit before I was going to kill that Vileplume. So I had to use one of those ethers and then faint the Vileplume. Now look at this Venusaur. Good God. Why does this random junior trainer female just have a Venusaur? Oh God, it tanked out that hit. Clutch. Clutch. All right, but we're just going to finish it off with a quick Fury attack. And that's that for the green version mascot. And another level up for Velocitus. Velocitus has just been like the superstar of this video so far. Like, all of Route 9 has just like completely been slain by Velocitus, man. Velocitus has just gone loose, man. Velocitus is going crazy. Do you know about costume players? What? These nerds are getting worse and worse with each subsequent one. Now this guy's a cosplayer. Oh god, he is a Charizard. Well, you know, I feel like the best thing to do with this Charizard is to... Oh, well, I guess... Alright, we're gonna paralyze it first. I'm not paralyzed. God, now I'm gonna think of that every single time now. We're gonna switch out to the blue version's mascot. Of course, you know, it makes sense, you know, to have the version mascots face each other, right? That's fair, right? You know, blue version versus red version. Very fair fight. So we're just gonna have Shelly spam Bubble Beam. And, yeah, so, people are happy so far with the effort being put into the playthrough, you know, with the fancy sidebar happening, you know, with, like, especially what happened in the gym, you know, with Lieutenant Surge. I thought that was a fun idea, and I went through with it. It was a little extra effort, but I thought it was worth it, and it looked really cool. So that's going to be it for this part of the Pokemon TPP version playthrough. Join me in part 12, where I'll be talking to more cosplayers. See you all next time.